Each year, November 11th is recognized as Veterans Day in honor of the brave men and women who sacrificed their lives to defend the freedom of their nation. This national recognition came about at the end of World War I on November 11, 1918. This war concluded on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of the year. This day carries a lot of significance as, together, we can reflect on the fact that the freedom we get to experience every day remains from those heroic enough to risk their lives defending it. Generally, a veteran is regarded as any person who has served in an active branch of the armed forces and who is not dishonorably discharged. While this is technically the guidelines of what it means to be a veteran, it doesn't capture the true honor and sacrifice that it actually takes to be a veteran. Veterans have to have been able to pack up one day, leave their home and their loved ones, and go to an unfamiliar territory in which they don't know if they will survive. That encompasses the true fortitude of what it takes to be a veteran. They have to leave and not look back to fight for the freedom of those they're leaving behind. Many people don't realize the true hardships and mental endurance it takes to be a veteran. These veterans will never be able to get back the years of memories they missed at home, the lives they saw taken right in front of them, or the traumatic memories they have themselves during their time served. It would be so easy to give up, but they made this choice to continue on every day. Beyond this, the fact that they survived and made it back home is even more commendable. It is with these hardships and sacrifices that they persevered through, and continue to do so every single day, that truly makes them who they are, a veteran.
Take a moment to think about how simple it is to go home to a safe home, go on a walk, get dinner with your family, travel, explore new places, receive an education, and dream of a future. All these things would be unattainable if it weren't for the men and women who risked their lives to provide safety, freedom, and comfort for people like us to live a simplistic American dream lifestyle. Veterans Day on November 11th is a day to honor and respect those who sacrificed so much to provide safety to the people and country of the United States, those who've either passed away or are still here today. Although the day is mainly intended to pay tributes to the living veterans who sacrificed, all veterans deserve respect and honor for their service. It is also important to consider the families who have lost a loved one and to support them on such a day, to pay our respects for their sacrifices their family has made to better our country. The hardships in our country, the controversies, the battle of people who share different beliefs, the danger that roams, and the divide that our country seems to have today more than ever, I believe the honorship of veterans is something that can provide a sense of unity to our country. Everyone owes it to them to live the life we are given. For the trauma and crisis they put themselves through for the benefit of me and you, it is only the bare minimum for us to pay our respects. Veterans have been exposed to scenes that are hard for us even to wrap our heads around. The pain and anguish they persevere through is unimaginable. According to a survey by the Veterans Administration, some 500,000 of the 3 million troops who served in the Vietnam War suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, and rates of divorce, suicide, alcoholism, and drug addiction were markedly higher among veterans. This puts into context the hardships veterans suffer from after trying to help our country. It upsets me hearing this information about these obstacles they are suffering from after doing so much already. But that just shows the true colors of an American veteran. The strength and toughness they endure is what makes them different from the rest of us. They persevere and don't give up. That is what makes a veteran of the United States, and that's why they are so important today, tomorrow, and every day after that.
To be a veteran of the United States, you have served for our country and remain proud to have done so. Veterans are able to recall back on their time served in the armed forces and share those experiences with the community. These men and women have pride and joy with the thought that they have protected millions of people within the country because of their contributions to the service. The sacrifices that servicemen and women make in order to keep our country safe will never be paid back to them. They've gone through so many horrible situations, physically and mentally, but never gave up. Thankfully, they are here today to tell their stories and inspire others to protect the country as well. Being a veteran gains a type of respect like no other. The entire country is grateful and honors them every day, but especially on November 11th.
A main reason that veterans still impact the lives of others today is the fact that they share their stories with us and humble us to remember how they've changed our country. Some stories sad, some terrifying, and some are ones that we will never forget. They all change the ways we appreciate veterans. It reminds us why we remember them on Veterans Day. There are memorials, presentations, speeches, and even special breakfasts on Veterans Day that show veterans our appreciation for them. We usually get so wrapped up in our daily lives that we don't take the time to appreciate the heroes of our country. This is a day, a special time, to reflect and take a break to honor those who shaped our country. I am proud to say that I have two veterans who I am constantly thankful for in my family. My grandfather served in the Army and was willing to fight in war until he was not allowed to since his thyroid issues. My great-uncle Tim fought in World War II. World War II started September 1st, 1939, once Hitler invaded Poland and France and Britain declared war on Germany. The United States entered World War II on December 7, 1941, after Japan bombed Pearl Harbor. The main reason for World War II was to stop the expansion of Hitler's dominance. My great-uncle Tim was captured by Japan and was tortured to the point where he had accepted the fact that he was going to die. He was only fed raw meat, and since the war, he never ate meat again unless it was very well done. The American Army found him captured and saved his life, and I had the honor of knowing him. On Veterans Day, I remember his story and think of all the other families and veterans that suffered stories like these. Veterans are too overlooked in America. We tend to forget all the battles, blood, lives lost, and suffering of those who fought for us. This is what led us here in the present. It's what shaped our great nation. They fought for our rights, our lives we have today, our freedom. We must humble ourselves from time to time to remember the heroes who led us to this moment. We must take full advantage of the life we have been given from their immense courage and bravery and use the same love they had for our country within ourselves.